to the Curtspiracy with regard to the NBA.
Yeah.
And to the extreme luck that the Dallas Mavericks had when it comes to somehow with 1.8% odds landing the first pick in the draft. This is Shaq talking about when he was about to be drafted, about a conversation that he had with the NBA commissioner.
In 1992, I think the draft was in June or something, I meet Mr. Stern in March. And he says to me, hey, know who you are. Can't wait for you to come to the NBA. Then he pulls me to his side. You want to play where it's cold or where it's hot? He asked me that. Yeah, he did. He asked me that, and I was like, hot. And he smiled, and I smiled. And then a couple of days later, they had the draft thing and, the top three things. And then Minnesota was number 3. I was like, and then Charlotte was number 2, and then Orlando, Florida was number 1.
All right. See, I believe Curtis on the conspiracy of the rigging of the draft because I feel.
Oh, they've been apparently rigging it since David Stern was the commissioner.
Yeah,
how is that right?
I don't know, but I feel like it's gone back a long time because there's been a couple like weird drafting, ping pong balls. Like this has been going on for a long time, and the NBA has their hand. They've had their hand in it, and we've kind of always been. Now that we're starting to hear from a player who's actually, went through the process. Oh, I always believed the NBA draft was rigged.
But I don't know what the other people say anymore. Like I know I'm the ass. Like I'm conspiratorial and I just say things to get a rise. But like, where have I been wrong? The NBA, just like they did after the Donaghy disaster and the Spurs sweeping the Cavs in the lowest rated series in the history of the NBA, all of a sudden Kevin Garnett, Ray Allen joined the Celtics and Paul Pierce wins a title. They play the Lakers that year. This year, the entire conversation for months, the only thing people talked about related to the NBA was the lack of interest in the game, just as they're about to begin this massive new TV deal. Then in the middle of the night, the Dallas Mavericks make one phone call, and they send Luka to LeBron and the Lakers for Anthony Davis, and it's the worst trade of all time. And then out of the blue, with the 1.8% chance, you just heard the commissioner's power to set this up, they get Cooper Flagg, and guess what? It's a fair trade.
I don't remember this, but several texters on the Subaru of New England text line suggesting that David Stern also rigged Patrick Ewing to the Knicks.
Frozen envelope.
Yeah, that was, what was that, 80, what was that, 88, 89? Was that was that 90?
In the 80s.
I can't remember when, I don't remember that one.
85 draft lottery.
85 draft lottery?
Yep.
Yeah, so I don't remember that one, but I feel like there was something with the Washington Wizards or Bullets back in the days, like in the 90s. But yeah, I agree when it comes to the NBA and the draft ping pong ball thing there's always been people questioning it. There's always been people questioning the ping pong ball situation.
That is Shaq telling you right there that he told the commissioner he wanted to go where it was hot.
Yeah.
And Orlando suddenly ends up with the first pick.
Yeah.
I mean, that is sketchy AF.
But it's not. Like, this is what the league...
then don't have a draft. Like, don't act
exactly.
like it's like just...
No, this is better because they can rig it to get the cities that need it instead of having it just be the worst record. It's best for the NBA because they have all the power. But
I would have liked to see Cooper Flagg go to Philly. That would have been a nice one.
Right, but that was not the final piece of a trade.
Well, I know that because I think it's like, all right, you idiots traded away Luka. Here's why we'll help you back out.
But if the Curtspiracy is legit, it's not just the draft. The draft is the payoff for the trade, which was done to attempt to make the Lakers more competitive and more relevant because they want that franchise to be more relevant in LeBron's last few seasons.
But
or whatever.
if you really think the NBA is on the level, and there's a lot of people that cover the league that get very sensitive about these conversations, explain to me why Scott Foster is still a referee in good standing. I'll wait.
Yeah, I can't answer that one.
He had hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of phone calls with Tim Donaghy on the days in which Tim Donaghy bet. Like, what are they talking about the weather? I mean, it's absolutely obscene. And for all the Pete Rose talk, there is far more evidence that Scott Foster was engaged in illicit behavior than there is a Pete Rose, and he's doing NBA playoff games.
Yeah, see, I'll rock with you on the ping pong balls because I feel like I've heard that forever. The other stuff, like the Celtics one, I mean, after watching Celtic City and knowing, like the Celtics stunk the year before they got Kevin Garnett and Ray Allen. So, Danny Ainge makes that trade with McHale. The Lakers were good, so I don't think the NBA had their hand in that one.
Yeah. This is Jake from Amherst. What's up, Jake?
Hello. Awesome. I just want to talk real quick about how the NBA draft is fully rigged, which is Anthony Davis year. The NBA owned the Pelicans, and they just happened to get the number 1 overall pick. Also, I don't even like hockey, but the NHL draft lottery just took my attention even during the Celtics playoff game. Bring back the ping pong balls. Make it live. Thank you. I'll hang up and listen.
Yeah, that's the other thing, is if they're doing this in a way, so they'll have you believe Ernst & Young or KPMG, one of these accounting firms, is there to give and stand by the veracity of these lottery. Why do they do it once in front of the owners and then once later?
Yeah.
Can someone make that make sense to me?
Yeah.
Because weren't they used to do the ping pong balls live?
Right.
And then they moved it to a back room?
Because after the frozen envelope, I think they made that distinction or they made that change. But when you watch the draft lottery on TV, it's already been done. It's a reenactment of it. All the owners are in a back room, and they do the lottery, and then hours later, they do it for the public. Why would you need 2 of them?
So that even
Has anybody ever asked that question?
That even goes even better to my point where the Celtics should just trade everybody away and become a lottery team. If you're the commissioner, wouldn't you want to get that lottery pick to go to Boston?
Yeah.
Can you imagine that? Like, you want the ratings, you want this, whoever the next...
No, because Boston's already engaged. Like, you need to help cities that need to get more interest.
Yeah, but I think...
I mean...
Right. I mean, that's a fact.
Who's engaged?
Dallas is not a big basketball town, but now they got Cooper Flag. People will be into it. It's a major market.
No, but Dallas has been a good basketball
when it comes to
town.
something like Giannis,
Boston.
Curtis, you think Giannis goes where he wants to go, or do you think they tell Giannis where he's going to go?
I think it's all a collaborative approach.
Yeah, I think Giannis is going to go kind of like where... Because don't they have veto power in, like, the NBA? I think they have it a little bit more.
certain teams that they won't go to.
But Curtis is suggesting he will go somewhere where it helps the game, ratings.
They have Boston. We're hooked.
Yeah.
Well, then he would go to Miami.
But can somebody explain that to me? Honestly. Like, so why would you need to do it twice? Has that ever been asked?
No, I don't know.
Like, when they released the lottery numbers at 11 o'clock, I don't know if they still do it on Channel 5. Like, that's not the third time they've done it. It's live. I don't get it. Why would you have to do it multiple